who is known for her perseverance, her fierce individuality, and her vibrant self-portraits full of symbolism. Frida Kahlo was born in the heart of Mexico in Mexico City in 1907. She grew up with 3 sisters in a blue house called La Casa Azul. When Frida was 6 years old, she contracted a serious disease called polio. Although she eventually recovered from her illness, her right leg would always be thinner and shorter than her left. Frida dreamed of being a doctor, but in 1925, when she was 18 years old, she was involved in a bus accident that broke many of her bones, including her spine. Although Frida survived the accident, she would endure a lifetime of pain and surgeries because of it. For 2 years, she spent much of her time in bed recovering from her injuries. To ease her boredom, her parents gave her an easel and paintbrushes that she could use from her bed. This is when Frida discovered her passion for art. Through her paintings, she could express herself, her feelings, and the never-ending pain she experienced from her illness and injuries. Her parents attached a mirror to the top of the easel so that Frida could look at herself and paint self-portraits. Frida included images of herself in her paintings throughout her artistic career. In 1929, when Frida was 22 years old, she married Diego Rivera, a Mexican muralist who painted large, wall-sized paintings of life in Mexico. Diego was hired to paint murals in the United States, so the couple spent time in San Francisco, Detroit, and New York City. Throughout her travels, Frida's pride for Mexico and the culture she was raised in grew stronger. She often missed her home. Frida was known for her colorful ethnic clothing that showcased her pride in the indigenous culture of Mexico. She wore her hair up in braids with bright flowers and ribbons. She wore bold, noticeable jewelry from her native country. When she traveled around the United States in the 1930s, people would stop her on the street. Everyone wanted to take photos of her or paint her image. Frida looked completely different from everyone else, and she liked this. She was not afraid to stand out. Over her lifetime, Frida Kahlo painted only about 200 works of art. Many of these paintings included symbols that represented things about herself, her story, or her native country of Mexico. A symbol is a thing that stands for something else, often something abstract, like pain, wealth, or peace. In this painting, one might guess that Frida painted herself as a wounded deer to represent the many surgeries and excruciating pain she experienced in her life. She was quoted as saying, "They thought I was a surrealist, but I wasn't. I never painted dreams. I painted my own reality." "55 of her paintings were self-portraits, paintings of Frida herself. You can see in these paintings that Frida took features of her face, her thick unibrow eyebrows and facial hair, and accentuated them, making them even bolder in her paintings. Instead of softening or hiding her strongest features, she made them stand out. This is very different to the images we see in social media these days, where pictures are softened, filtered, and even photoshopped. Frida said, "I paint self-portraits because I am the person I know best. I paint my own reality." Frida continued to be in constant pain throughout her life. She underwent many surgeries and had to wear contraptions called corsets to support her spine. In her last years, she was confined to a wheelchair, but found ways to continue painting by using an adjustable easel. To make herself happy, Frida surrounded herself with native plants, people she cared about, and pets, including spider monkeys and parrots. Frida Kahlo died when she was only 47 years old in 1954. Today, Frida Kahlo is considered to be one of the most significant artists of the 20th century. She is also one of the most recognizable. Although she never made much money or received a lot of attention for her art while she was alive, she gained an incredible amount of fame and recognition in the decades that followed her death. Both her art and clothing are credited with bringing attention to the indigenous culture of her beloved native country, Mexico. Frida will forever be remembered as an artist who is not afraid to stand out and who used her art to share both the joy and pain she experienced in her short life.
Thank you, my future shines so bright.